Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'll be showing you how to create a facial rig. So we'll be creating 6 different expressions and then we're gonna blend them together using Maya's blend shape tool. So the first thing we need to do is obviously rename our objects because right now we haven't named them yet. So double click on your object and name it accordingly. So we have mouth, nose, let's call this eye, right, eye left, brow right, and brow left. Let's group both of the eyes. Let's select both of them and then Ctrl G. And let's call the new group eyes. Let's select both brows. Let's do Ctrl G. And let's call them brows. And that's it. So I'm gonna reorder these. So we have brows first. I'm gonna hold middle mouse click and drag to the top, and then middle mouse click the mouth and drag all the way to the bottom. So now we have brows, eyes, and mouth. So before we duplicate these, I want to add another layer on top. So click on the white eye and hold shift and click on the other one. Let's do Ctrl D and let's move it a little bit in front so we can see it, and then let's do right click, assign standard surface, and in the color let's use a file. So let's go to file and let's navigate to my textures. So I've created 7 different textures with different colors in Photoshop, and I named them color 1, color 2, color 3, so Maya knows they are a sequence. Let's select my first texture and click open, and then let's check on use image sequence, and now it will know that we have 6 different textures. So why we're doing this is because the yellow part I'm gonna use as a star, and then the pink heart I'm gonna use as a heart. Okay, so we don't need them for now, so I'm just gonna click on both of them and push them back. Like maybe here. Okay, and let's scale them down. So we actually just want to completely hide them. So let's put them inside. Okay, now let's select our brows, our eyes, and our mouth. So click and then shift and click to select all 3. And now we're gonna duplicate them 6 times because we're gonna make 6 different expressions. You can do more if you would like. I'm gonna do Ctrl D, move, Ctrl D, move to the side, Ctrl D, Ctrl D, Ctrl D, and Ctrl D. So let's move to vertex mode. So when you're deforming your faces, you always need to be in vertex mode, otherwise your changes will be ignored. So you always need to be in vertex mode when you're deforming your faces. So let's go to vertex mode. Let's select the top half, let's press R, and let's scale them like this to flatten them down, and let's press W and just move it down to create a board looking face. And now let's select our other object, go to vertex, Do the same thing, select the top half, press R, flatten them out, and then move them to the bottom. Let's go to vertex mode, select our third object. We don't really need this, so I'm just gonna scale it down and move it down to hide it. Okay, so this is our first face expression. We can keep it like this, or if you want it both eyes to look bored, what we do is we go to object mode, select this part, and then hold shift and select this part. We can do it manually, but it's faster this way. Then let's go to mesh, transfer attributes, and let's make sure, let me reset, and let's make sure vertex position is on, vertex normal is on, sample space, let's choose topology, and let's transfer, and it's gonna transfer the shape. So let's click on our black part, let's go to mesh and transfer attributes. Oops, so you need to select it first and then hold shift and select the matching part. So do this, go to mesh, and then transfer attributes. Let's do the same thing here. Let's go to vertex, double click to select all, make it smaller and just hide it. Okay, so that's our first face expression. Next, I'm gonna do now the star shape. So let's go to vertex mode, double click on all these vertices, and let's bring it to the front. And now let's select the top part, hold shift and select this part, and this part. And now we're gonna press R and scale it down to turn it into a star. We can double click and to select all and make it, double click on any vertices to select all, and let's make it bigger. And I do want to make this one bigger too, so double click on here and let's make this bigger. Okay, now let's go to object mode and transfer our attributes. So hold, click on here and then click on the matching part. Go to mesh, transfer attributes. Now click on our star, click on the matching part, and then let's go to mesh, transfer attributes. So now we have our second face. Okay, so now let's do the heart. So I'm gonna select this part, go to vertex mode, double click, and let's move it to the front. And now I'm going to turn this into a heart. So let's go to frame 4 so we can see the color. And now what we're gonna do is select this vertices, push it down, select these, push them up, then let's select these vertices and press R and scale them like this to create a heart shape. Now let's double click on any vertices to select everything, and let's just maybe scale it like this. Now let's go to object mode, hold shift and click on the matching part, go to mesh and transfer attributes. Now what we're gonna do is, let's go to vertex mode, double click on any vertices to select all. Let's maybe do a closed eye. Let's hover your mouse over here and go to vertex mode, double click and scale them down. Let's go to frame 5. So hover your mouse over the blue button and then go to vertex mode, double click to select all. Let's move this here. And now I want him to look like he's crying. So I'm gonna move this back. Let's select these points, flatten them out and move them here. Let's select these points and let's scale them down to make it look like he's crying. And then let's select these points and do this. You can obviously create whatever shapes you would like. Now let's go to object mode. Let's transfer our attributes. So mesh, transfer attribute, click here and then click the matching part. Go to mesh, transfer attributes, then mesh, transfer attributes. And I think we can offset this a little bit so they don't need to look the same. So maybe let's make this a different shape. Maybe let's bring it up. We're gonna create different shapes for the mouth later too. So right now we're just doing the eyes. So now we have bored, star, heart, crying. And now we're gonna do angry. Actually, let's do just a closed one without the tears. Then I'm just gonna go to vertex mode and just hide this. Now let's transfer the attributes. Let's click here, mesh, transfer attributes, and then let's hide this, go to vertex, and maybe move it here. Let's hide it. Okay, so this is just the same thing but without the tears. And then on the last one, I'm gonna do an angry eyes. So let's go to vertex mode, select the top half, let's do flatten them out, and then let's rotate them. Double click and let's scale them up like this. And I'm gonna go to object mode and transfer the attributes so they're the same. Mesh, transfer attributes. Let's go to vertex mode, double click, let's maybe move them up a little bit. Okay, let's go to object mode, select here, click here, transfer the attributes, do the same thing here, transfer the attributes. Okay, so now we're gonna do different eyebrow shapes. So we have this shape, and then I'm gonna just do the opposite. So let's click here, vertex, and let's just rotate them. So hold J and rotate. So one expression I'm gonna do it like this, and then the other one I'm gonna do both of them like that. So let's go to vertex. Actually, let's go to object, click on your first brow and then click on this one, and let's just match attributes. Then click on here and then here, and then again match attributes. Let's also do like a straight brow. So let's go here, let's select these, put them down to create like a straight brow. Now let's go to object mode, click on this brow, hold shift and click on this brow, then go to mesh and transfer attributes. And I think that's it for now. I can delete this, but I might come up with a different expression, so I'm just gonna keep it there for now. Okay, now let's deform the mouths. So we have happy, let's make a sad version. So let's go to vertex and let's just rotate it. So hold J to snap and rotate. Let's do just a straight one now. Let's select these. What if I turn on symmetry mode? Okay, if I turn on symmetry mode, it will select both of these, and let's just move them up to create like a board mouth shape. What else? And now I'm gonna go to object mode and copy the attribute from this one to this one. Mesh, transfer attributes, and I'm gonna make like a actually, yeah, I'm gonna make a shocked face. You can select the top points. Now I'm gonna do like a happy face. Let's go here, vertex mode. Let's select only the points at the bottom, not the top, and let's move them down. And let's move this whole thing a little bit to the front so it matches the other ones. Okay. Now I'm gonna do the same thing as this one. Hold shift, click on here, and let's transfer attributes. Then I'm gonna press E and rotate. Actually, let's go to vertex mode first. Double click, press E, hold J, and let's exit symmetry mode, and let's rotate now. Let's double click on our points again, hold J, and let's rotate. So now I'm gonna select all of the eyes. So click on this eye, I6, you can hold control and select all the different eyes. And make sure the last one you select is the one in here. So hold control and select the first one. So they all should be white except this one. The selection will be green since it's the last one you selected. And now what we do is we go to rigging, deform, and blend shape. And in this tab, let's type in here eyes and just press create. So it created, if we click on our eyes, it created this for us. So eyes 7. It created all the different eye shapes for us, so we can animate these shapes. Okay, that looks good. So what I want you to do is make sure all of these are in the same line. So let's go to front view and make sure all of these are aligning properly. So this one is fine. Let's make sure they're all on this line. So let's click on this one. Let's go to vertex, double click. Let's move it down here. Let's move here. This one is fine. Let's go to vertex mode and move this down. Okay, now we can do the same thing. Mouth 6, mouth 5. Select all of your mouths. And make sure you select this mouth last. So now we have all of our mouths selected. Let's do the same thing. So deform, control, blend shapes, and let's do mouths. Let's create. And now we can go click on our mouse shape, go to mouths, and it works. It aligns better. Okay, now let's do the eyebrows. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and these two we can delete since they're the same. Okay, let's click on our eyes. So after we deleted them, their group is still here, so we don't need this group anymore. We can select the group and delete it. Select group 5 and delete it. So now we have brows 4, brows 3, brows 2, brows 1, and the original brows. Let's go to deform and create blend shapes, and let's call it brows, and let's hit create. And now we can animate different eyebrow shapes. So now instead of having to click on these to go to the different expressions, we want to create one controller that we can control all the expressions from. So let's go to curves and create a circle. Let's go back to perspective view. Let's make the circle bigger, and it doesn't matter where it is or how big it is. And let's call the circle controller. And let's just move it all the way to the top, like here. Okay, so now we want to create different attributes, okay, for these. So if we click on our eyes, eye 6 will be angry, eye 5 will be bored, so on. Okay, let's select our circle, and now we're gonna go to edit, add attribute. So we're gonna add an attribute for each expression. So let's type in here, let's do this one first. So angry, make sure it's keyable, float, and minimum will be 0 and maximum will be 1. Let's add, and we get this angry slider. And now let's do the same thing for all of the other expressions. Let's see. So closed. make sure the minimum is 0 and the maximum is 1. Let's add cry 0 1 and add. Now we have the heart shape, so let's do heart 0 1 add. We have the star shape, star, make sure the minimum is 0 and 1 and add. And lastly is the board one, so let's type in here board. Let's do 0 to 1 and let's add and then close. So now if we click on our circle, we have different sliders. So now I want to link these to the different expressions. So what I'm gonna do is click any of these. Let's maybe click on the angry one. Let's go to Windows, General Editors, Connection Editor. So now we will get our attributes in here. If you have a long list, make sure Show Non-Keyable is off. Okay, now let's select our eyes. Click on any of these. So let's click on I6 and let's load them in here. So load right, and they will all be underneath the weight. So eyes 7 weight. So now it's very simple. We're just gonna click on angry and then click on which one it is. So angry was I6, closed was I5, cry was I4, heart was I3, star was I2, and board was eyes 1. And now we close. And now if we select our circle, we can control them from here, which is very clean and structured. Alright, we're basically gonna do the same thing for the mouths. So let's add a new attributes. So let's see. So I'm gonna say mouth happy, minimum 0 to 1. Let's copy the word mouth so we don't have to write it every time. Let's add and it will be here. Actually, we're gonna start from here to there. So I'm gonna do mouth angry. Make sure it's from 0 to 1. Let's add. Let's do mouth angry 2. Let's add mouth. This looks like a happy shape, so mouth. Actually, let's do mouth open, and let's do from 0 to 1, and let's add. Then we have board, so mouth board. Let's add. We have mouth sad. From 0 to 1. Add. Then we finally have mouth happy. So mouth happy. And let's choose 0 to 1. and let's add. Okay, so now we're gonna link these the same way we link to the other ones. So let's click on mouth angry, go to Windows, General Editors, Connection Editor, and now let's select our mouth object. Click on our mouths and let's make sure that they're, so let's load them in first. So load right, go to weights. So let's make sure the order of this matches the order of here. So mouth 6 will be episode. Okay, yep. Okay, let's choose mouth angry and select the first one, mouth angry 2, second one, and so on. And then let's do close. Let's select our circle to see if it worked. Okay, it worked nicely. You can also mix different shapes together. If both shapes are one, you can do that. Okay. Now let's do the browse, which is our last thing. So let's go to edit, add attributes. I'm gonna do browse straight, because the straight is to 0 to 1. Let's add. Let's do browse down 0 to 1 and add. Let's do browse. What do we name this? I'm gonna do browse both. You can name it wherever you want. Let's add, and finally browse up. Browse up to 0 to 1 and add. Okay, so we're gonna link it again. So let's select our circle. Let's select the first brow attribute that we made. So we have 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We also have 4 here. Okay. Let's go to Windows, General Editors, and Connection Editor. And let's load the left. So we have our mouths in here. Let's click on our mouth object here, go to mouths, click on any of these. No, I mean the browse. Click on your browse object, go to browse and select the first one, and let's reload right. Underweight, they will be underweight. So now we just need to match these 4 with these 4. So let's click browse straight and brow 4, and let's do the same thing. And let's hit close. And now if we click on our circle, you can see we can control all the different brows. Very cool. Last thing is the color of this. So how many colors do we have? We have, let's see, zoom in. Don't forget to save your project. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 7 different colors. So let's add a new attribute in the circle. So let's select the circle first, edit, add attribute, and let's type color, and we're gonna do from 1 to 7 because we have 7 different colors, and let's add. Okay, so now we can move it from 1 to 7, but we need to link this to the actual color. So click on color, hold Control, right click, and then press expressions. So now you just need to copy this. So let's select this and copy. So this is basically the name. So it will be controller.color. We can type it out, but it's way safer to just copy paste so you don't make any mistakes. So now let's right click on this, go to material attributes, go to your color, and in page number, let's right click and edit expression. So as you can see, the frame extension equals the frame. So if you move our frame, it will change. Instead of making it equal the frame, we're gonna make it equal our controller color. Okay, and that's it. Let's make a space here. So this equals this, and let's just press edit and close. So now if we click on our circle, we can go to color and select which color we would like, which we can also animate it. And that's pretty much it. To animate, obviously you go here and you can press S to create a keyframe, which will keyframe all of these. You can go here, you can choose a different shape, and you can press S, and you will move between two different expressions. And we can obviously change the color. So we have a keyframe here. Let's go here, and instead of angry, let's do maybe heart. And we can change the colors from here to maybe number to the pink color, this one. Let's maybe change the mouth to mouth happy, and let's turn off mouth angry, and let's press S. So now we're animating from here to here to here. Very cool. So I hope this tutorial wasn't too hard. If you do have any questions, please leave them down below in the comments. I will reply to them as soon as I can. Please don't forget to subscribe and like, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.